What's going on, guys? So today finally got, well, I guess it didn't take too long. I'm just, impatient as we all are. Finally got the blocks back for the Prelude. So this is the sleeved H22 that's going to go in the 3rd gen, and then I got the SR20 block over there too, which is pretty exciting. So I got this all cleaned up. I got the main bearings in. I'm going to go ahead and get the crank put in and the girdle and everything, and make sure everything is looking good the way it should. Machine shop said everything spec'd out how it should and that it's ready for assembly. So I'm gonna get started on it because I'm pretty excited. All right, so went ahead and got the crank in. All the bearings are in, thrust washers are in. I snugged these tight just for a quick second to get everything to seat tight. I'll go ahead and pull them out and make sure they're got some new oil and stuff on them. That way we're tightening them down with oil on them and they're not getting dry tightened in there. So I'm gonna start with that. Now I've never tightened any bolts into this block. I actually bought this as a bare block already sleeved. So, and I've actually had this for quite some time now. I don't really want to say how long because I've kind of been slacking on it. But I got a lot of stuff going on and this is just one thing that kind of got set aside, and kind of wish I would have got to it sooner, but we're getting at it now, so that's all that matters. All right, got the camera set back up. Go ahead and start unboxing these. It's empty. That's empty. Need those. So these are CP pistons. These are a stock bore size. Like I said, block was already sleeved when I picked it up, so I didn't want to open the sleeves any more than I needed to. So I got a stock bore size piston, and these are a 10-to-1 compression. Didn't want it to be a little like too sluggish before boost, so went with a 10-to-1, kind of in the middle between what I see some people running. These are real nice. So now these I had at the machine shop with the block. So we had these actually matched to the cylinders, I guess you'd say, for piston to wall clearance. So just for peace of mind, and of course, I don't think it's ever had pistons in it since it's been sleeved. So we actually really needed to get that done. Go ahead and get all these pulled out and get these put on the rods. Great packaging. Always got to make sure there's nothing extra in the box. I already took the stickers out. I put one on the 3rd gen. I think one's in the toolbox too. So don't think they didn't send me stickers, because they did. So we got these guys. Move that side too. Of course, we got our spec sheet from CP. Gives us our ring gap sizes and everything. So that's good to know. But we are probably gonna change this for what we want it to be. Set that aside for now. Eagle rods, nothing crazy. Some people say they bend around probably 6, I think, 6 or 7. So if they do, we're gonna bend one. Get all these pulled out. And if we do bend one, then we'll upgrade and we'll figure it out from there, and hopefully the damages won't be too bad. But right now, I just bought a piston rod combo with these. So we're gonna use them.
I can delete it real quick. I don't know.
Alright, got all the piston ring gaps done and got the pistons in and the studs.
Yes,
now I can go grab the head and finally get that put on. What's going on, everybody? So it's the next day and the day kind of is already over. I spent the day helping a buddy fix his fence and stuff like that, you know, so don't get every day to spend all day on the race cars and stuff. So that's all done and out of the way. I got the head put on and torqued down and everything, and I started putting the cam caps on, but I realized I didn't have the cam cap for inside here. So I got one of those coming, and then we're gonna get on those on, and then after that I gotta put the oil pump in, and then you know, of course, just the seals, sensors, throw the intake on, and the oil cooler and stuff. I know some people don't run the oil cooler and stuff with high horsepower H's I've seen, but I'm gonna go ahead and just throw it all on there because I know how it goes on, of course, and it's just a lot simpler. I'm trying to get started back on the 240, so I started on this first because I know, you know, a lot about these motors especially. So I knew this would be a lot easier for me to just throw together, get back in the 3rd gen, and that car is kind of going to be my daily pretty much a little bit for a while, I think. Still got a Jeep that I daily, but it's having problems too. So probably going to be daily in the 3rd gen for the most part, and then we're gonna get the SR20 on here next and start throwing that together and digging through the boxes. Hopefully it's not too much of a mess. It did look like the previous owner kind of labeled everything in the boxes, so it shouldn't be horrible, but it is new to us, so we're gonna kind of do our best and hopefully it goes together just like everything else. What's going on, everybody? So it's a couple days later now. Been spending some time on the Nissan. Got the motor off the stand because put the Nissan motor on there. But today I'm going to try to get all these little things buttoned up on the H and maybe even put back in the Prelude. It's been a little bit of a journey. I'm ready for it to go back together. We don't have one turbo car right now. The hatch is down, Prelude's down, the 240's not together, and so kind of itching to get some boost back in me. So I'm gonna start getting some stuff cleaned up from last night first, and then get back onto the H. Should be a good day. Well, got the motor mounted in tonight. A lot easier going from the bottom. So now it's just a bunch of little stuff to button up, and we're making up the radius arms for the traction bar, because we made our own traction bar for this thing. And then I think tomorrow I got all new OE replacement ball joints and pretty much everything I need for the front end. Got new rotors, and so I'm gonna try and get everything buttoned up and looking good, and hopefully get it tuned this weekend. Alright, it's a couple days later. I haven't been working on the car too much. I've had some other stuff going on, but I started changing everything out. These all new, bottom one's all new, top's all new. I'm gonna clean this in here a little bit and stuff, and maybe do a new layer of undercoat in here. And yeah, keep going from there. I was gonna film all this, but it's pretty boring stuff, so figured I'd just knock it out real quick, and then get the axles put in at the same time, and then we can pretty much focus on getting everything on the motor side wrapped up. Intake's on. A lot of stuff's already hooked up. I haven't been rushing the motor part a whole ton because the injectors are right here, and we accidentally put the wrong fluid in this thing when we first got it. And well, it's not 100% the wrong fluid, but if you don't drain it out and stuff, it gets like this, like you can see down here from some spilling, it gets all white and corroded. So the injector machine kind of got clogged up, and we haven't, oh, my battery died on me, so I had to put a new one in it real quick. But anyway, this thing got clogged up, and the injectors I was gonna use were on here at the time, and they kind of got clogged up a little bit too. But yesterday I took this thing apart and we put a new pump in it, and it's working pretty good for the most part. I think we still have a little bit of cloggage up here, so I'm gonna get this soaking and hopefully get everything out of there, and then we can get these completely cleaned. I've already been running some stuff through them just to get all the gunk and stuff out of them, and they're actually spraying pretty good right now, but I want to be sure that they're correct, and if I have to, I'll take them and get them cleaned somewhere. But that's kind of one of the only things that I'm getting held back on right now. So I'm gonna try and get this thing done, and then this weekend maybe we can try and get it tuned, or at least fired up, and kind of see where we can go from there with it. So I'll get back in a bit after I get all this not fun stuff done, and we can get back onto buttoning up the motor and kind of see where the night goes from there.